Hey there, Joy of the World friends and family. This is Joy with Joy of the World, here to take an intuitive peek into the energies going on around you. Friends and subscribers, welcome back. And if you're new to this channel, click that subscribe button and ring the bell. They'll notify you anytime I post new videos. Also, if you find you like the content we provide here at Joy of the World, give us that big thumbs up, like, and share. Tell your peeps, tell your family, help us get this word out. Because the more people who get into this and get the energy sessions, the brighter, bolder, more beautiful our world becomes. They're here to support and encourage you and to bring about your best, most impossible dreams. Those of you who've sent a donation, thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's brought in many new decks and so much creativity. Now, if you wonder where I went, we had a little conundrum called Hurricane Sally whip on through here at the last minute, turned and took out all of our bridges, and I was stranded here and needed to conserve all that power. So since then, it has been interesting getting through this little phase that we've had. But I'm back, and I'm here to bring you your Magic Monday. Now, this week is kind of going to be called One Card Wonders. There'll come a time that I'll do some shorties that are just based on one card, because we often zip past the moment to try and get more, instead of taking a dive into the moment, into the expression that's right in front of us, and to open our eyes and our mind to see more of what is there, therefore seeing more of ourselves and growing ourselves as well. So it will be a one tarot card read with an oracle coming in, a rune card. I'm going to do a Mars and a Pluto along with it to see how your energies are playing about in your life, because both of those are power planets. Both of them are energy planets, and they're playing in pretty prominently into this year. So if you're still here listening to me talk, congratulations. You get a bonus gold star, so make a wish. All right, let's take a look and see what we have got coming in for our Magic Monday for the Joy of the World fam. One card only. Oh, I see right there. Okay, it's trying to squeeze its way out of the deck. Ooh, we have the Dream Angel. Take a look. Make a wish. I think that's how we kick this off, right? And that's saying that one wish leads to an abundance of wishes. It's kind of like, you know, when you were a kid, people would say, oh, if you could only have one wish, what would you wish? And I said, well, I would wish for more wishes. And they're like, you can't do that. And I'm going, you didn't say anything, and you're not changing the rules on me now. So that's almost what it is wishing for all of your dreams to come true. Your best, bold, bright, beautiful dreams. Not just the any dream, because y'all, if we think it, it can come true. If we speak it, it comes true. So we need to begin to filter out our fray, our fears, the babble, the things that we just let slip on out. We're like, whoopsie. You know, it can be a great reflection point to know that that information is coming out of us and go, let me clean up this house a little bit. Let me straighten up this mind some. Let me sort out the unnecessary, like the wheat from the chaff, okay? So here, you're in a field of dreams. Interesting. So you are stepping into the possible here. That's why you have this bit of help coming along. And that's the field of dreams. If you build it, they will come. If you dream it, they will come. So in the movie Field of Dreams, he could see the players out in the field, those who had passed on before, the greats out there enjoying what they always loved. And that's the thing, is we are surrounded by energy all around us. Not just of beings, but also the energy of our words. And since that's where it started, this field of dreams, you're surrounded by the energy of your words. But looky here, it's almost as if she's looking off onto the horizon, but it's kind of entrapped and blocked in by these. So some of you, it's to step over and to surpass your old dreams, because they were limited and they were of earthly nature, earthly matter. Kind of slow to come about, and you didn't see that there was more potential out beyond the water, because water is the emotions, and that's where we can get lost, stuck, sink, drown, that sort of thing. And we're like, I don't know if I really wanted this. I don't know if it'll really ever happen. And we get lost and lost out at sea. But here is the amazing thing. We often indicate turtles as being slow to come about, to bring in fruition, but having longevity. Well, the interesting thing is when you take the turtle that carries its home on its back, right? Everywhere they go, they are home. Now, in the water, they live just as long. However, they are swift creatures. I paddleboard out here where I live, and when you come upon one, if you come up at come upon it unannounced, and then it sees you, man, in a zip and a flip, they are gone. Literally one pump of the flippers, and they're gone. That's it. So, make a wish. It's almost like you're gathering up memories, a few things that you do want to take forward with you as you're saying trespass, as you're treading over to these new waters because you don't know whom they belong to. That's interesting. It's a cosmic flow that's out in front of you is definitely what I see. These cosmic waters. It's as if you're being lured forward and wooed into a land that belongs to no one. It is a land that belongs to you, a land of destiny, but you have yet to see it. You've yet to see how it all comes together. You're being drawn forward by a feeling in the gut, in the back of the mind, and the soles of your feet. They're driving you forward. Stepping into the phase of where we are at right now, I see it happening. But there are rhythms of spirit birds coming in. So messages, y'all. I meant it. I meant that. I meant messengers bringing messages. So messengers. What, I don't know what I said, but catch up with me. We're right here. And you're stirring up. See, because all the messengers, you're stirring up this whole scene right here. All the cosmos is coming down, going, woo, they are worried about perfection. Woo, that means they're wide open. Their imagination is here and we can do what needs to be done because they're stepping over that line of perfection, that line of limitation of thinking that we can't flow as we go, learn as we grow, that we can't adapt and evolve quickly and be versatile in mind and to stay in step. I'm hearing that song. I don't know if it was like Sound of Music or Mary Poppins, but Step in Time. So it's about stepping in time. And that means stepping over your own will. I've said before that I'll step over my own dead body if I have to. If I realize that I'm the thing limiting me or holding me back, or that my fear or my lack of understanding, because understanding, the most important thing I've ever learned through understanding is that I don't have to understand. Because at that moment, the peace surpasses all things, and I am able to connect with this energy rising up on the horizon here. This is the cosmos rising up to meet me and to greet me and to walk me through this together. Fantastic. That means it's all fresh and new. Like the love boat. It says, come aboard, we're expecting you. Love boat, da-da-da. Soon we'll be making another run. Now we're going to get an oracle on this. One of the new decks y'all bought me. I'm quite excited. It's the Moon Magic Oracle. I don't know, something like that. There you are. I see you. Ooh, very interesting. So our Magic Monday kind of sets up the week for us most of the time of what we're stepping into. This is 16, so it's the self engaging with life and the world and the environment around you. You are the pivot point that changes the energy around you. You shift and move and change your environment, because if you're here, you're already over 18, which means you are stepping into your authority. You're taking rights and ownership over your conscious mind and your decision making and your habits and your reactions, and you're beginning to choose to move forward. You're choosing to learn, choosing to grow, and to cultivate yourself, because the best tasting grapes are those that were once wild, that have been cultivated enough to retain the exotic luscious flavor, but to increase in size and to become more reliable. That's the best way to say it. So here we have full moon power stepping in, which is wild, because they were telling me, girl, one card wonder, and I'm like, okay, which deck? And then like, no, that deck, and I'm thinking, say what you mean what you say, and they're like, joy. And I'm like, okay, fine. One tarot card, one oracle card. We'll bring in our runes, but we're bringing in the Mars and Pluto, both of them power planets. Remember what I said at the beginning? So that's what we're talking about here. Look at this. The harnessing of your power. You've got the blue and the yellow coming together, the blue and the gold weaving together. So this is kind of like what is stirring up back here. And well, not, it's the foreground. It could seem like the background, but remember, you're choosing to step over your own dead body in the dreams that you had conceived before, because you realize they don't even come up to your knees. Let me tell you, you can walk through that water, right? So stepping over that to get into the deep where the sea turtle is, where the longevity is there, but the swiftness is there as well. That's what happens when you connect with the state of plasma, which is very much what they're talking about here. And here we see it enacting. So this is your new will. It's not a beneath you will, a 3D will. This is a 5D will, a 6D will, a 7D will. And they're like saying a wheel of fortune. And I'm like, ooh, Daddy Saturn just showed up in the midst of all this, which is the planet of Capricorn, where all of this is going down, right? And then Mars shooting over from Aries with a little bit of spice, a little bit of fire to light that earth up and to cause it to grow. So here, this moon is really representing Mars, is what they're saying, coming along to join into the symphony of life going on. And let me take a closer look at her, y'all. Okay, talking about a clock on the head, but that is Ganesha showing up. So once having had your authority removed, whatever that was, a negative relationship, the loss of a job, demeaning parents who still are constantly nagging and getting on you and telling you what to do, losing yourself, maybe through sickness, illness, things like that. Oh, I see the veil, the structure and the form of life, the gossamer thread coming about to weave you back together. So like when you talk about Ganesha and the power of Ganesha, it is about when jealousy steps in. And whether it's an energy, a person, the words, whatever, maybe even the undoing of yourself, like we said at the beginning, comes in, removes your power and your authority, and you're subject to live in that environment of those words all around you and to be limited by it. And you're like, what do we do, Joy? What do we do? And I'm like, I don't know. We're going to walk through this and find out. We're going to find out from Pluto and Mars, I tell you. But here is that gossamer thread, that veil coming on, stepping forward to bring in this newness of life. And interestingly enough, it's coming from Black Moon Lilith. It's coming from the dark side. Force, raw, untethered, natural. So from your true nature, that is what is being restored here. So who you were before the world touched you, who you were before other people's environments and mindsets shaped you, okay? Because remember, we were talking about the power to enact the environment and to shift and move the environment around you, because you are now standing in this authority, this crown, this gossamer weaving going on here. So with that, you have the power to see through, to connect, to have these, remember the messages? You got your messages. You know what you came here for, with all your messengers, and that's what's lighting up here. They're like, light it up, light it up, light it up. And Mars is behind you saying, you think I went retrograde? Let me tell you, baby, I got you back. That's why I'm here. That's why I went retrograde, because I'm going to help motivate you and move you forward. And we're just going to bloop. We're going to bypass those limitations. We're going to bypass the self, the earthly realm, the containment of the mind, to step into the plasma and the cosmos, the full understanding of oneself. And remember, it's not understanding in the way we perceive it and conceive it. It passes all understanding. So it's AKA peace. And let me tell you, peace is the ultimate power. If y'all didn't just feel that, I did. They are weaving us, and unbelievable. They're like, come here, baby. Let me just lay this out for you. And I'm like, yes, yes, yes. Let me tell you, I haven't watched any videos, haven't made any videos with all this going on. So this is fantastic to be restored into this cosmic flow, the energy of life going on here. So up above it, we have our rune coming in, and it's what opened it. All right, so it's already out here. It says cooperation is essential for life. You often hear me say here at Joy to the World that we are to get on the same page with ourselves, because remember, this is our adapted self. This is the self that we came in, the white robe, be the good person, be the better person, ascend, descend, forgive, all those things. Great, great. But let me tell you, when I kept having my ass handed to me and life is going, what you gonna do about it? What you gonna do about it? And I'm like, I don't know. And I try and study and learn everywhere else and be better. And that was not the answer. They were asking me to be me and to step into myself. So that's why we talk about the eye of God here. That's why we talk about being the wheel of fortune, which is the entire zodiac. And when you map it and you draw it in and you tune your streams, your messages, your alignments and all that stuff that you were born with, right? And you learn how to leverage them for your advantage, then the world begins to spin and move. Then Daddy Saturn gets happy. Then Jupiter opens up for you. Then the planets begin to dance, and Pluto becomes a planet of empowerment, not of just the death and resurrection. There is the final resurrection, the graduation, right? Step on through to the other side. So anyways, that's the cooperation that we have going on here, is being able to get on the page between ourself and the cosmos. No longer ourself in the world trying to shift that environment going on around us, because you know what? We don't have control there. Two of the decks that came in taught me that when we don't have control is when we learn the most. Here's where we're to learn and grow, but here is where we are in our dominion. Here's where we're in our raw, unformed power. They're calling it chaos, and I'm like, all right. So that must mean we need to get Pluto right now. Oh, that's making my nose itch. So let's get some Pluto. I think it's called the Black Tarot. These are one of the decks y'all got me as well. I'm pretty excited to see what we're finding out about our Magic Monday collective power of peace. All right, tell us, Pluto. Tell us what we've got going on here. How are you offering us your help, life, and assistance? I don't even want to look, because I can feel the sauce coming, y'all. You better hold on, strap on to your chair, because I feel the sauce. Let's see. 3 of Cups. Divine union. I see the sun coming down to join you. I see the lungs forming, the eyes being restored, all of your senses coming forward. It's like when you no longer disdain the darkness, the rawness, the learning curve, the tutorial, they're saying the tutoring. That's when this gold, this magic rises up. This is a whole alchemy on a whole different level, y'all. This isn't even earth alchemy. This is cosmic alchemy. You draw forth the core rock of each planet, because within each planet is a diamond, a star, a being of wonder. Okay. This is coming from the belly of the sun, and it restores your eyes, it restores your power, it washes away all the griefs and sorrows, and the rewards begin to step forth. Do not be triggered by that word, and if you are, just back it up and listen again. We've been stigmatized to believe that being driven by rewards is somehow this, and they're like, yes, it is, it's true, and it's real, and it's how we're created. But to pretend it's all here, that, oh, we just work, then that means we don't care about vanity. We don't care about waste. We don't care about squandering, because it's all just about us looking good and being good and looking pretty or looking sharp or feeling nice and kind and fluffy. And that is not true. Let me tell you, the stuff we eat comes from the soul. It comes from the dirt. It comes from the nitty, the gritty, and a lot of shat. Lots of fertilizer, let me tell you. So that's what's coming forward here. It's the center, the synergy of the sun. And it begins to renew and align your power dreams, the things that you came here knowing. So your knowingness about yourself, and you're going to drink the cup. You're going to taste that full reward, because you have endured to the end, is what they're telling me. So they're telling me to get us we're going to get a credit card on Pluto. So tell me, Pluto, what rewards are you talking about here? The cosmic center of the sun. All right. Sup. He's like, what's up, partner? Which way is up? Oh, I love it. Because there's this old movie, when you get to be my age, it's called Any Which Way But Loose. And it was so funny. Clint Eastwood is in it. And he had this orangutan as his buddy, right? He'd say, left turn, Clyde. And he would punch and knock out whoever was right there. So it's like partnering up. Any which way you see it, it can go. And so Pluto is reminding us to tap into that power. It's raw. It's inherent. And they're letting us know what has been going on all along behind the scenes. So beware what thoughts you entertain. It doesn't mean beware. Listen. Begin to be the observer of self. All right? Begin to realize, is that really who I am? Is this really what I'm going to engage in? Or is it like, what is vying and stirring inside of you and waiting to shine, to step forward? This is very much calling in the eye of God, but so much for you. Here it is your part of fortune. So you can Google that and put in natal birth chart part of fortune, free, and look it up and find out what sign it is in. So what Pluto is letting us know this week, check out your part of fortune sign, okay, from the zodiac. All right, Pluto, thank you. So now we're going to step into our Mars, leave it to the pitmen. Talk about that cosmic world, right? Above and below, all around, in and out, and through all the layers. It's like it's the whole solar system contained right here. Such faithful cards, incapable. I see you. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? I see you. Ooh, talk about coming in. Mars is like, coming on in, bringing in the love machine. Y'all have been working me there for some time. You're like, Joy, we want to hear about love. We want to hear about love. I'm like, all these energy channels are about love, because what joy is the pinnacle of love. It is the individuation of love. It's what love specifically means to you, because it brings about your giddiness, your delight, your fulfillment, your satisfaction, right? Love is the nourishment, the nurturance, and the food that takes care of that all. But you're talking about incoming love machine. Love machine, that's the healing that's coming in here. It's bypassing the 3. It's bypassing the gridlock that you had going on. It was an old energy block is what you're showing me here. So it could old relationships, or even old programming from the way you were raised. Maybe people were like, oh darling, oh son, nobody makes it as an artist, whatever it is. Or like, your dreams are too big, that doesn't happen in our family, we're not so smart. Whatever it was that was said, energy block, energy block, yeah. So that's what they're saying. Those of you that grew up that way, it was foundational, and you're having to erupt through your earth and your power to spring up over here and then to leap out. You won't even stay in this phase for long, because you're down here underneath these rocks rising up, okay? It'll take just a minute. Once your soul hears this and your spirit gets on board, you will be led through this of your own accord, okay? But for the rest of you, it is that limitation of the mind, the having been blocked there, and not allowing this gossamer thread, this plasma, this incoming energy, your part of fortune. Because fortune isn't just about your money. It's about favor. It's about alignment. It's about divine opportunities. It's the truth. It's getting the cogs aligned properly. It's like aligning the gears to where now the machine begins to work, and Saturn's here, so the time machine, the wheel of fortune, you're part of fortune. Because see, if obedience is about doing what you're told when you're told, then favor is about being where you're told when you're told, knowing it when you need to know it, because otherwise it's out of sync, and then it's missed opportunities, which leads to the grief and the sorrows and that yuck, and you're missing your son, your purpose, why you are here, your fulfillment, your reward. Because what happens with that is an investment in self. And when you invest in self, then you're well, okay? And then you can continue to put out into this world. And as you do, and you're bringing it in, this energy, because not everybody can connect with and conceive this, okay? So you bring it into this world in a form that other people can connect with. Okay, so that's how you bless others. Let's not get too trapped up in that. But Mars is like incoming love machine, bypassing it through the little gaps. It is plasma, and what I love about plasma is it can expand and contract as need be. When I think of plasma, it draws me into the state of Metatron and Sandalphon. They're a dynamic team. They're an eternal flame. So Metatron is the one about the systems and the forms, and bringing in material and the movement of the even dynamics, the even numbered forms, layers, placements, that type of thing. And then Sandalphon comes in as the dispersion, as the particle, because energy comes in waves or particles, all right? So Metatron's more the wave, Sandalphon's more the particle. And the particle can disperse and literally disperse its energy and move through a wall and come through the other side. So both are fantastic as gaining information as well as retrieving it, bringing it back, assimilating, so on and so forth. That's why they're a divine partnership. So this is very much Sandalphon doing the dispersion, coming on through your limited concepts, constructs, and mindsets of where you have been. It's almost breaking through the old Metatron, which was a faulty Metatron. It was a world version sold like made by Tyco or whoever, on the kiddie shelf at the store. You pulled that game off and you're like, okay, this is the game we're going to play. And they're like, I'm about to level up. You're going to level up. No more games. You're going to graduate, right? You're going to come on through to the other side. Interesting. I'm looking to check to see, is there anything I missed? Well, that's it, friend. I'm so glad you came here to join me. Hey, thank you for stopping back by after Hurricane Sally, a.k.a. Bargy, blew on through. So we're back on track here. Line up that time machine, right? Let's travel it together. I love you all. Bye.